Good morning, it's good to see you. Whenever I return to Perth, I'm reminded immediately of how very expensive it is to live here. So I thought today we'd take a look at why you might choose somewhere like Bali as an option to retire to. After living in places throughout Southeast Asia, it's hard to make sense of the numbers in Australia right now. I'm surprised more people aren't deciding to move or retire to destinations like Bali. Housing is the perfect example. In Perth right now, if you want anything remotely comfortable, you're looking at $500, $600, $700 a week just to rent. And that's not beachfront, architect-designed, magazine cover living. That's a basic, decent place where things mostly work. If you want something nicer, close to the water, a bit of space, you're pushing $800, $900, sometimes over $1,000 a week. And people are lining up for it, competing for it, offering more to get it. Buying isn't any better. Median house prices are projected to exceed $1 million in 2026, apparently. Decades of your life just to own something that will probably still need work, certainly have maintenance costs. Now take that exact same money and drop it into somewhere like Bali. For the price of a mid-range Perth rental, you can get a private villa. That's not a fantasy. That's a real actual villa. Pool, outdoor living, space, cleaning included, sometimes security, sometimes even someone who'll cook for you if you want to go that far. And if you don't need that level, you can live very comfortable for a fraction of the price. A few $100s a month will get you something very clean, functional and pleasant enough. Indonesian costs have come a long way in recent years. It'd be remiss of me if I didn't investigate the banana index in Perth while I'm here. For those new to the channel, the banana index is a very loose, very rough, very general way in which to gauge what the overall costs or general costs of things are in a place. Just bought these in the central Woolworths store in Perth. These were $3.50 a kilo. This bunch was $3.80. I think there were some red tips for about $6. Somewhat surprised. I thought we might be paying a little bit more than that. I think the best value we've found so far was in Banyuwangi in eastern Java on the east coast there. I think you're getting about 3 kilos for about 20,000 rupiah or something like that, a couple of dollars. But have to say, I'm a little bit surprised. I thought they might be more expensive. Maybe it's the time of the year, maybe there's a glut of bananas in Australia, I don't know. But yeah, pretty pleased. Then there's food. In Perth, you walk into a supermarket for just a few things and walk out $120 lighter without even trying. Fresh produce, some meat, maybe a couple of basics. You're not splurging, you're just existing. And eating out? A casual meal is $25 to $40, say. That seems pretty standard these days. Go somewhere even slightly decent and you're at $60, $70 a head. Add a drink or two and you're nudging $100 without blinking. And that's the new normal. That's the dangerous part. You just accept it's the way things are now. Then you hit Bali. Local food, $2, $3, $4 for an excellent meal. Not rubbish, proper food, freshly made, full of flavour. Even the Western style places, the ones that would absolutely charge top dollar in Perth, you're still only paying $10 or $20 for a very good meal. You can eat out every day of the month. Every single day of the month, and still spend less than what a couple of grocery runs would cost you in Australia. Talking to a few people today and asking them if they feel the pinch of Australian living and if they'd consider moving abroad for their retirement. And I'm with Manus, who's at Travel Money Oz. And if there's anyone who knows anything about money and the cost of living, you'd imagine it'd be a money exchange person. Manus, thank you for giving me your time. Manus, where are you from?
I'm from Nepal originally.
Originally from Nepal?
Yes.
How long here?
Let's say 8.5 years now.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a long time. Do you go back occasionally?
Yeah. I try to go maybe once in a 2 year, 3 year. It depends on the living standard cost is pretty high in Australia, so
sure.
Have to manage all this stuff.
It was. I actually want to ask you, having lived in Nepal and also in Australia, you would see a huge difference in the cost of living. With you being in Australia now and spending some time here, do you foresee yourself retiring or going back to Nepal, or will you stay here?
To be honestly, I have always thought of retiring back in Nepal, because the thing is, as coming from Nepal, the environment, the surrounding, the society is completely different than what I have been raised by, right? So because back in Nepal, I don't have to like pay rents.
Yeah.
Because I have my own home. I have my family. So after all, whatever you do in your life, how much you earn, that all doesn't matter after you get older. You need your family by your side. You need your neighbors. You need your relatives. So being a first generation Australian in Australia from Nepal, so we don't have any lots of community here. So I will definitely think of going back, but finger crossed.
Yeah. Do you have an age that you think would be the perfect age to move back there, or do you think it'll be later in life or soon?
I think like because for retiring it's like 60 above in Australia, so I will definitely think after 60, taking out all my superannuation and then going back Nepal and just invest a little bit in whatever my superannuation is, and then just be with family.
What does your retirement look like to you? What do you see yourself doing?
After I retired, so I think like I will mainly focus on business, like doing my own business, because I love football. I play sport. So because I have seen lots of drawbacks while I raised up being like playing a football. So I will try to give something to my society. I will try to like, let's say, start an academy. I will like try to start a futsal where kids can come, enjoy the football, enjoy their leisure time.
That's very noble.
So,
what do you think is one of the most difficult parts about living in Australia, coming from Nepal?
For me, it's like a community. I miss my family.
Sure.
I really miss my family. See, honestly, being in Perth is a wonderful things to be. Beautiful people, beautiful nature, beautiful weather. I even try to make friends, but
it's not the same.
It's not the same, you know, like the vibes is not the same. But honestly, living in Australia, I have never regretted once in my life. It has given me a good life. It has given me a good earning. I have become a more independent, more responsible being in Australia. Thank God that I am here today. I'm living my life, I'm earning something, I'm giving back to my family, I'm helping mom and dad, I'm helping my partners. So I don't regret, but something that the family miss is the most thing that I have.
Manus, thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you so
much. Really generous of you.
Go.
Thank you so much.
It's lovely meeting you.
If you're down in London Court at any time, come and see Manus. He's a lovely guy. I know a few of you have been to Nepal yourselves. Travel Money Oz.
Lastly, travel Nepal is a wonderful place to be.
What was that?
Visit Nepal is a wonderful place to be. It's a very beautiful place. You can visit a lot of places in Nepal. It's not all about trekking. It's about the nature. It's about the people. It's about the food. If you love momo, enjoy momo.
Got the best one. Thank you, Manus.
Thank you so much.
You have to remind yourself sometimes just how affordable Bali is and the sort of value you're getting for your dollar. Living in Australia for many retirees is a constant budgeting exercise. It's stressful. Fuel's another one. Perth, for example, is built for driving. You don't really have a choice. Everything's spread out. So when fuel sits around $1.80, $2, sometimes higher, you feel it. Every week, it's just another background cost draining your money away. In Bali, most people just use scooters. You fill up for loose change. Even if you do run a car, it's still nowhere near the same burden. Transport stops being this constant financial leak. What prompted today's video was getting in a taxi, or getting out of the taxi rather, from the airport. It was a 30-minute ride and it came to about $55, and I rounded it up to $60. And I was just considering what that might get you in Bali, for example. And for $600,000 or $700,000, you're getting a driver in a car for, 4, 5, 6 hours maybe, depending on who you know. But for people who are looking at alternatives because of the cost of living becoming so difficult and so high in places like Australia, it really is inviting when you have the ability to get so much more for your dollar. I'm meeting more and more people when I'm in Bali who are coming over for extended periods to give it a trial run. They're feeling the pinch. They're feeling that they can't get the value that they want here in Australia anymore. And you know, you completely understand when you look at some of the prices or some of the costs of things. I think as time goes on, more and more people will be looking at Bali and other places like Thailand, Nepal even, as an option for their retirement. They don't want to have to be restricted to doing nothing, because every cent of theirs is taken up with bills and you know, just basic living costs. And there's another group of retirees I've noticed increasing in numbers. I see more and more of. These are the retirees that have decided they're not going to have a base, and they're just going to perpetually move throughout the year. And I've come up with a name for them because I haven't heard this group referred to as any particular name as yet. So I'm going to call them nomies, nomads, retirees, nomies. So I find, and you'll find them in the most far-flung places. I've seen them in Lake Toba, I've seen them in Nepal, I've seen them in India, and they don't have a base anymore. They live perpetually, full-time, roaming Southeast Asia or Asia, and this is a growing group. I see more and more of them all the time, and I think that's, yeah, it's a pretty good option. I think it's a great way. Obviously, there will come a time when the body can't take it, and you're probably reduced to having to stay more time or spend more time in one place. But the nomies, look out for the nomies, the nomad retirees. I must thank everyone that stopped me today in the city. It's always so nice to meet people that are actually watching it. It makes it a bit real. When at my end, you're sort of just looking at numbers. It's how many views and how long they watch for, and all that sort of stuff. When people stop me, it just makes it real. And this is a person that makes it real. She stopped me. Sorry, your name is?
Shirley.
Shirley. You're from Indonesia.
I am.
How long have you been in Australia?
I came 1991.
Oh, you've been here a long time.
Long time.
From which part of Indonesia?
The city of Surabaya.
Surabaya.
Correct.
And can I ask you, Shirley, do you think you will go back to Indonesia to retire? Do you still feel that that's the best place for you to be?
Honestly, I think I'm Australian now. I gave up my Indonesian passport citizenship in 2010.
Oh, really?
So I believe I was born in Indonesia, but I love my life in here.
Yeah. You think it's a much more enjoyable life here? What is it about living in Australia? Don't you find it very expensive?
No, if you live here, you work full time. I think you can plan it. You can do some, you know, saving up money, and I guess work hard, live your life in a good way. I think you can.
Can I ask what you do, Shirley? What your occupation is?
I'm retail manager.
You're a retail manager?
Yes.
Ah, nice. In the city here?
Yes, right in Maya.
Oh, I see. Do you go back to Indonesia very often?
Yes, 3 times a year.
Oh, really?
All the time, and I always go every Chinese New Year.
Oh, good.
Because I'm Indonesian Chinese.
Sure.
Chindo.
Sure.
They call
Chindo.
it Chindo, Chinese Indo.
Ah, I didn't know that. I hadn't heard that before. Thank
A
you.
little bit of slang now you can.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Chindo, and you know, if I call you, I can call you Bule.
Of course. I'm not offended by that.
Yeah.
Some people get offended by calling Bule, but it's not a bad name. You know?
No, it's a slang they call it, but it's in a friendly way. It's not really what's it called, insulting. You know.
No,
what I mean?
not at
Bule
all.
is right, yeah.
What's the dream, Shirley? Where would you like to see your life in 10, 20 years? What would make you happiest?
Well, I'll probably still live in Australia, in Sydney or Perth, but I think I will be based in Perth. But I love to travel, like you.
Yeah.
But I hope I can travel a lot before my old age.
Yeah, while we still can.
Yes, definitely. I'm actually was going to go to Central Europe in April, but because of the Middle East conflict,
Sure, yeah.
it's been changing everything. But I'm glad that everything's fine now.
Yeah. Shirley, thank you so much for stopping and calling me over and saying hello. It's very kind of
And
you.
I
Yeah?
love your YouTube.
Thank you
watch
so
all
much.
the time. But I'm when you're doing a very great YouTube. Love it.
You're very generous, Shirley. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Have a good day.
You too.
Then there are the less obvious costs, the ones that creep up without you noticing. Utilities, electricity, gas, water, internet, insurance, all chipping away at your pocket month after month. In Bali, utilities are considerably cheaper. Internet is often included in rentals. Overall, the load is much lighter. And then we get to entertainment. This is where Australia really starts to look a bit grim. A night out in Australia is expensive. There's no way around it. Drinks are $10, $12, $15 each. I paid $15 for a pint of beer yesterday. You go for dinner, maybe a couple of drinks after, grab a ride home, and suddenly you've dropped $150, $200 easily on what was, let's be honest, a pretty average night. You don't even question it anymore. That's just what a night costs out now. In Bali, you can go out properly. Good food, drinks, music, beach clubs if that's your thing, and still spend less than half of that, sometimes way less. And the atmosphere? It's not people watching their wallets all night, it's looser, lighter, because the stakes are lower. And here's where it really hits. In Australia, you're earning more. On paper, it looks like you're doing well. Decent salary, stable environment, everything's ticking along. But most of that money is already spoken for before it hits your account. Rent or mortgage takes a huge chunk, bills take another, food, fuel, insurance, it all adds up. And what you're left with is not much. Not much disposable income, not much freedom. So your life becomes structured around maintaining that system. You work to support the cost of living, and the cost of living keeps rising just enough to keep you in place. In Bali, the equation flips. You might earn less or nothing locally, but your expenses drop so dramatically that your money stretches further than it ever did back home. You're not constantly calculating. You're not hesitating over small decisions like grabbing a meal or going out. There's space. And that changes how you live and how you feel. Now let's not kid ourselves. Bali isn't some kind of perfect utopia or nirvana. There are trade-offs. And the humidity, that's a daily event. You step outside and you're instantly part of the atmosphere. It's not polished, it's not predictable. But here's the thing, those problems feel different when you're not under constant financial pressure. When your baseline cost of living is lower, your tolerance goes up. You're more flexible, more patient, because you're not already stretched thin. In Perth or Australia, those same inconveniences would feel unbearable because you're paying a premium for everything to work properly. And even then, it doesn't always. So you start asking a simple question. What am I actually getting for the price? In Perth, you're paying a lot for stability, for infrastructure, for a certain standard of living. But you're also paying with your time, your energy, your options, your freedom. In Bali, you're giving up some of that structure, but you're gaining breathing room, financially, mentally, and physically. You can slow down or not. You can work less or differently. You can design your days in a way that just isn't possible when most of your income is locked into survival costs. And once you experience that contrast properly, not on a 2-week holiday, but actually living it, it's very hard to go back and pretend you don't see it.
Thanks.
Because Australia hasn't changed. The prices are still there. The pressure's still there. The system's still running exactly the same way. You've just stepped outside of it long enough to realise what's going on. And that's the uncomfortable part, because now it's not just expensive, now it's a choice. Stay and accept the cost, or leave and accept a different set of trade-offs, but with a lifestyle that, for a lot of people, feels a hell of a lot more alive.
So yes, I think we'll find more people considering retiring to places like Bali because it just really is so very, very expensive now in Australia. That just about brings us to the end of this one. As always, thanks very much for coming along for the ride. I hope you're well and happy in life and doing the things you want to do. We'll see you soon.